Hello and welcome. I wish you a wonderful good day. Thank you for joining our webinar today about Citrix Management Pack. My name is Christian Heidkamp. I'm responsible for the products at NICE, and I have the pleasure to welcome Igor today here for giving us a demo for the Citrix Management Packs. Thank you, Igor, and over to you.
Okay, thanks. So I'll then, do you want to talk about your company a little bit, or should I just skip this one?
Yeah, we can give a short introduction, obviously. So most of the people I think on the call know us already. So there are a couple of new people on here today. So just for you as a background, I'm located in Germany, in southern Germany, where the headquarters of NICE is located. We have a couple of hundred customers in different places of the world. So we also have our operations in the United States and in EMEA. And I think what is important is that we form typically a number of technology partnerships that those management packs we provide really cover the depth of the different products we monitor. So here we have a quick overview of the different products we have in our portfolio. These are all the management packs for System Center Operations Manager. There is, for some of them, an integration in Azure Monitor, and we can also provide this for others. But the key products really are here around Microsoft 365, VMware, Oracle, and database products. We have very successfully launched the monitoring of IBM ecosystem, like Linux on Power, HMC Virus, and AIX. It's a very strong niche, but we have seen it's quite a lot of interest. And the latest add-on is NetApp on the left side. So if you're interested in NetApp, there are also some webinars available. But that is just a short introduction, and today the session is about Citrix. So I don't want to spare any more of your time and get it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Christian. Thanks for the intro, and yeah, welcome everyone. My name is Igor Horvat. I'm a sales manager at TechWave. Quickly about our company. So the company was founded in 2016, and so far we have developed 4 management packs, which you can see listed on the screen. And yeah, in the next hour, I'll talk about Citrix management packs. So this is our focus in the last couple of years. And basically, with Citrix management packs, you can monitor on-premises and also Citrix cloud installations. And yeah, we're going to take a look in the features and architecture. So yeah, I'll start with.
Sorry for a quick, just let me mention that if you have any questions, please use the question area. So, I will basically feed them in as well. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just put them in already. So, yeah, the session is recorded, so we muted everyone. But if you have questions, please use the Q&A. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, Citrix management packs, there are a bunch of management packs. Some of them are, come as a bundle. So I'll start with Citrix VAD, Virtual Apps and Desktops. This is old on-premises installation, and DAAS, or Desktop as a Service. So this is, how they now call the Citrix Cloud version of delivering apps and desktops. So before we go deeper into the features, I just want to briefly talk about the Citrix Cloud. So Citrix Cloud is actually an excellent choice for organizations looking, to modernize their IT infrastructure, reduce complexity, maybe improve scalability. In cloud, you can scale up, scale down as you want. It offers, of course, simplified management, faster deployment, and of course, built-in security features. However, if your organization has specific compliance or performance or maybe control requirements, an on-premises installation might be more appropriate. So, basically deciding between Citrix Cloud and an on-premises installation depends mainly on your organization's specific needs, goals, and sometimes also constraints. So, for example, you might have you may use the application that requires really fast latency and responses. So in this case, yeah, on-premises installation is still a better choice. However, many organizations also opt for a hybrid approach, leveraging the benefits of both Citrix Cloud and on-premises infrastructure. So the screenshot shows this hybrid approach, where part of the infrastructure is managed by Citrix and part of the infrastructure is managed by the customer. And then when using Citrix Cloud, the cloud connector is a crucial component that ensures secure communication between your on-premises infrastructure and Citrix Cloud services. And at the beginning of last year, we added additional features to our Citrix Management Pack, which also monitors these hybrid deployments and the health of these cloud connectors. So basically, Citrix Management Pack still has the same functionality as before. We just added, another layer where we also cover, deployments where Citrix Cloud is also involved. Regarding the compatibility, we have on the Citrix VID, we support 7.15 long-term support release or higher, so this is quite an old version. Also, Windows Server 2016, and on the Citrix Cloud, we support all current versions of Citrix Desktop as a Service, Advanced, Advanced Plus, Premium, so basically all editions of the Desktop as a Service. I will also talk about Citrix ADC, or formerly known NetScaler. We have also management pack for that, and we support 10x or higher. On the Microsoft System Center, Operations Manager 2016 or later is supported, and very important, all these management packs are Citrix Ready certified. I'll start with the let's take a look into the management pack features. So what we see here is a topology view, and this is always the first it's a starting point. Management pack has to create all these objects, classes in SCOM, and this is done, of course, automatically. So management pack discovers Citrix components, and then this topology view provides a quick overview across. You'll see all the sites, zones will be discovered, delivery groups, applications, delivery controllers, of course, hosting connections, and of course, if you're using Citrix Cloud, we added also, Citrix Cloud connectors. We have, in this main topology view, we also integrated license server, storefront, and PVS topology views. So you have an overview of your entire Citrix environment. But you'll see later that, this license, PVS, and storefront management packs are actually separate ones that are part of the bundle. Basically, for those who don't know SCOM very well, topology diagram basically shows all components, their relationships, health status, and all these check boxes on the objects here are health indicators that show current state and health of the specific object or component. I'll start with infrastructure monitoring, because management pack can do two things. You can monitor infrastructure and also end users. So in terms of infrastructure monitoring, I'll start with delivery controllers, where management pack monitors whether the delivery controllers have connection to the license servers, to database, where of course all this configuration data about Citrix environment is stored. All services are monitored, and also their connectivity to the Citrix database. Then we monitor and check internal errors in the event logs. So this is detected by event logs. And then of course in Citrix Cloud environments, you don't have direct access to the delivery controllers. This is usually part where Citrix but Citrix team manages the infrastructure. So you can access these delivery controllers via cloud connectors. So we actually do also monitors through these cloud connectors. And of course, these cloud connectors are very important. So we also added monitoring of this very important component. So, services and, status of this has to be monitored. Then hypervisor connectivity. So in case you have, basically what we monitor here is connectivity from the delivery controller perspective, and is hypervisor agnostic, so it doesn't matter which hypervisor you use. Can be VMware, Hyper-V, Zen Server, Nutanix. Yeah, it's just a connectivity to the hypervisor. Then we have delivery groups, and as you know, there are different delivery groups available, like desktop OS and server OS delivery groups. And I'll start with this desktop OSs. The management pack monitors delivery group utilization. So this feature is mostly used for randomly assigned delivery groups, telling you how many users are connected to the specific delivery group. You will be notified if you run out of virtual desktops or if you are close to the limit. And then, MP monitors the number of sessions for each delivery group, as well as various machine-related metrics, like you can see on the screen, machines in use, available machines, faulted machines, and so on. We also monitor logons for a specific desktop OS delivery group. So for each delivery group, you will also know what is the average and maximum user logon duration per group. So this you will see more details later when I'll talk about the real user monitoring, and this is basically where we receive all these details and per group and per site. Server OS delivery group. At the server OS delivery group level, management pack monitors delivery group load. Administrators will be notified if there are not enough available servers for a specific server OS delivery group. Then, load capacity is also monitored. You will be notified if there are unregistered machines in the group. And again, the same as I explained before for the desktop OS delivery groups, also for server OS delivery groups, we monitor the average and maximum user logon duration. We recently added 2 monitors to enhance server OS delivery group monitoring. The first monitor was the first one monitors if the number of sessions on a server is significantly higher than the average number of sessions in the delivery group. And then the second one monitors the percentage of unregistered machines in the delivery group. So we basically added these monitors based on the customer request. So this is how we develop our management packs. So customers sometimes come with the great ideas, and we include this to the management pack that and can be used, also other customers and users can use these features. By default, the SCOM agent is not required on the server OS machines, but if it is installed, the MP brings more details. So, by the way, this was another request by the customer, yeah. So on the server OS machines, without a SCOM agent installed, MP monitors, the load index of each server, Citrix services, and so on. But in case the SCOM agent is installed, you will also be able to see CPU consumption of user sessions that are currently running on this server OS machine. So, and if one or more user sessions exceed CPU usage, then this threshold that you will actually set in the rule, a diagnostic task is triggered that displays the top 5 processes by CPU usage within the affected session. So you can see, so in case you have an agent, then under delivery group, so you will actually see a little bit different structure in the topology. So you have here delivery groups, and then we have server OS machine. So this delivery group has just one. And then if there is an agent, we have another icon there. And this is, an example what will happen if some session exceeds the CPU threshold. You will also see this listed, and it will show you which processes in the session are causing the complete session to use a lot of CPU. Application availability is monitored and determined based on the availability and status of the underlying delivery group and servers that belong to this group. So you'll basically just see here if application is available or not. And then, at the site and zone level, we monitor sessions, connected users, service failures on the underlying delivery controllers. There are also some other metrics collected, like I already mentioned before, but they are aggregated at the site and on the zone level. And then we have 3 management packs that are, basically separate management packs, but we have it, we include them with the Citrix VAD and DAS management pack. One of them is, of course, Storefront. So, this the management pack monitors the health of Storefront components, services, certificates. All brokers that are configured for Storefront stores are checked for availability from the Storefront server perspective. We also monitor availability of stores by checking, whether discovery URL response. So we perform here some get web requests, and basically if this request fail, you can assume that your Storefront environment is experiencing issues, and yeah, that users are unable to connect and log on to the Storefront. Then the next one is PVS. So you can see here the key capabilities of provisioning services management pack. We still see a lot of customers using this MP, even though PVS technology is quite old. But yeah, this management pack monitors PVS server operational status, is can be active, inactive, down, unknown, and so on. Then, of course, services are monitored, number of server connections, PVS store path availability, if it's accessible from the PVS server, right? Then we have stream process health is monitored through the event logs. And then at the vdisk level, management pack will periodically check if vdisk is enabled, if it's locked, if replication is working, and whether the vdisk is load balanced. And then, also, target device activity and utilization is also monitored, and, the availability of PVS stores. So there are plenty of metrics on this management pack too. And then the last slide before I will, last slide for the infrastructure monitoring is license server. So what we monitor here is license usage. Then, license and subscription advantage expiration is monitored. And of course, all these, services, daemon processes that are important for the proper operation of the license server. So this is, yeah, about the infrastructure. And then real user monitoring. So every single logon is monitored, and you will receive an alert if any user in your organization has to wait a long time to access applications or desktops. And in the alert, as you can see here on the screen, you will see more details about the problematic logon. You will see the username, you will see from where the user trying to make a connection, to which delivery group and to which server the connection is established. You will also see the application or desktop that is trying to actually that user is trying to access. And yeah, also you can see here that you have logon phases like brokering. So maybe you can also see from the alert which part of the logon process took the majority of the time. And then, after logon is successful, we continue to monitor user sessions. So, and will notify you if there is an issue with high latency or CPU utilization. Again, the management pack will provide a lot of details about the session. You can see here that, again, you'll see which user is affected, on which side this is happening, which delivery group, applications, and so on. And all these details are stored in the data warehouse database. So you can also see this later for different reports that I'll also show later, or for the troubleshooting, right? Very important to mention, we don't use the default tables in data warehouse database because this could cause performance issues. We store session details in our own database tables, where you have more options for optimizing data processing. Because, as you can see, every couple of minutes, we actually store for every session all these details that you can see here, about 20 different metrics. And if you have a lot of users, and if you want to have a long time retention for this data, the database will, of course, grow, and it's good to have this optimized. Yeah, to enable user session monitoring, you have to install performance collector component. So this is actually a service that collects all this data remotely. So no SCOM agents are required on server OS or desktop OS machines to monitor and collect session details. Okay. And then, with this data, we of course can provide a lot of different valuable information. I'm not sure if when we had the last webinar, we already discussed this, but we had a lot of requests for squared up integration. So we included squared up integration in the product. Can be downloaded from Squared Up web page, and just import the dashboards, and that's it. I'll show them later in the live demo. So just screenshots, right? Then there are also some default dashboards available. Yeah, different types of dashboards that should help you drill down quickly to the root cause, right? Then we have some reports for the infrastructure, and then also reports for that are related to user sessions and activities. So one of very useful ones is this user activity report, which is useful for troubleshooting, because it will show all user sessions and their duration. It will show logon performance. It will show session performance. You will see which applications or desktops were used. You can also drill down to server OS or desktop OS performance data. So yeah, usually very useful if you have users that are complaining about the performance of Citrix, and you can really dig very deep with this report. And I'll also show it once again later in the live demo. Then you have user logon details, so you can also select a specific user, and then also the time frame, and then you will see all the logons for a specific user. You will see his average logon durations. You will see individual logon duration, also where is the the logon phases, and of course to site and which delivery group they connect to. This one is quite new, also requested by one of the customers, user logons per server. So they wanted to see the number of logons per server per day, and you'll see daily info. In my environment, of course, there is not a lot of sessions, but yeah, just let you know that there is a new report out. Again, this one is quite also very useful application usage, because it shows applications that are mostly used, number of launches, max concurrent users, distinct users, and so on. So basically, all these details we get from the user session details that we monitor and also collect. And then also this one is related to server OS performances. So you will see a lot of, you can also get with this report a lot of different metrics from server usage, CPU usage, memory, disk performance, network performance. So all these Windows related metrics are there, and can be very helpful also when troubleshooting a specific user sessions, for example, and then you can see maybe sometimes the server OS is problematic, not just a single session, but the server is causing a problem, and you can also see if maybe a session is problematic or the complete server on which the session is running. And then I have just a couple of slides, and then I'll start. I'll switch to the live demo. So I will also, so we have, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have also ADC management pack. So this one is sold separately. It's not part of the Citrix VAD. So what we have here is again, topology view. Also, this management pack will automatically discover ADCs or NetScalers, right? And it will discover devices including CPUs, disks, memory, network interfaces. Then you will see load balancing configuration, including services, service groups, virtual servers, and gateways. In the live demo, I'll show how easy it is to configure this management pack. So basically, we are using here Nitro API, and we connect from SCOM servers directly to NetScalers via HTTPS connection, or HTTP if you have configured HTTP. And to configure this management pack is really easy. You just have to enter IP addresses. I'll show this later in a couple of minutes. So what we monitor, by the way, we can monitor virtual and physical appliances. And what we monitor here is all these device metrics, CPUs, disks, memory, network interfaces, temperature and fan speed, of course, for the physical appliances, right? Then, we monitor authentication failures, sessions, if failover changes happens in case you have high availability configured, certificates, and so on and so on. Then gateway monitoring. So what we monitor here is, wait a second. Okay, I'm missing one slide. Okay, I probably missed load balancing, but I'll show this later. So basically, regarding the gateway monitoring, we actually monitor virtual server state, number of users, number of requests, responses, and similar is also with the load balancing part, where we monitor again virtual servers, server groups, services, and so on. And then also with this management pack, Squared Up is also included, and there are also some reports, to show the basic metrics for the ADC. So let me now switch to. Sorry. So I hope you can see the my demo environment now. Christian, can you confirm you can see demo environment?
Yes, it looks very good.
Okay,
Thank
excellent.
You.
Thank you. So basically, I wanted to, so we have still half an hour. So I'll start, with maybe configuration. So we have, you know, all the configuration is done through the templates. So if you want to monitor virtual apps or desktops, then you have to add, you know, template for each site that you want to monitor. So basically, you know, you can add multiple sites and you can monitor multiple sites with the management pack. And then, you know, if I go to Europe site, I'll just show how it's configured and what you have to do. So basically, you will create a template. Create a template here, right? Add monitoring wizard, and then you have to select what monitoring, and then of course you have to select a management pack where you are actually going to store this configuration. And then you have to create a logon account. So this logon account is has to be Citrix read-only administrator. So it's read-only administrator, so you can be sure that the management pack cannot, you know, change or affect your Citrix infrastructure. It just is going. It's just, you know, reading your data. So basically, you know, yeah. I already have created this, so I can just reuse the existing one. And then you have to add your delivery controllers. So basically, you must add here all delivery controllers that belong to this site. Okay. So for example, I know that this site has these 3 controllers, right? So I would then, you know, do this, and then in the next step you have to configure resource pools. And in the resource pools, you just have to select with which SCOM servers you want to monitor, and that's it, you know. As soon as you do this, and of course, if you type the right password, then you know, the discovery will start in the background. You need, maybe I forgot to mention where you need SCOM agents. Of course, you must have SCOM agents installed on every delivery controller. You must have SCOM agent on license server, on storefront, on PVS server, and on the machine on which you are going to install performance collector. Okay. Yeah. So I will cancel this one. And then, yeah, for PVS also requires some configuration. So in this case, I'll just show how it's configured here. Again, you will have to provide a read-only administrator, and you will have to add provisioning servers that you're using, and then resource pools, and that's it. And then what we have, this one, Citrix Cloud. This one is a bit different. So I can show you this one. Basically, here, of course, we connect to Citrix Cloud infrastructure. So you will have to provide API gateway endpoint. So you have to select region. And you will have to select here, yeah, you need, you'll have to create API access from API access to your Citrix cloud environment. So you will have to provide customer ID, client ID, and client secret, right? And then of course resource pools, and that's it. And then the last one that I wanted to show is ADC, which I mentioned before, right? So I'll double click this one, which is already configured. So what you have to do here is you have to, when you are adding, you can actually just, you have to enter IP address or full qualified domain name. You can use semicolon to just enter more of them if you want. You can of course also test if if configuration, if the proper account or user account was, if with this user account you can actually access to Netscaler or ADC. Again, we don't require here anything but just, you know, read-only permissions. And then, you know, when you are adding, you can you have to specify if it's HTTP or HTTPS. So some of them, so this one is HTTPS, you see here, and these two are HTTP connection. But yeah, it all depends how. I'm pretty sure that you have all configured with HTTPS. And this is all that you need to do. Everything else is done automatically. So now let's go back to, oh, sorry, I now saved. I hope I didn't want to do that, sorry. And my machine is a little bit slow. Nevertheless, yeah. So when I have some issues with the machine now. Okay, here it is. So basically, you know, after installation, and of course, you know, I forgot first step. Well, you will simply download executable from our web page. You install you go through the installation wizard, and then, you know, MPs are going to be stored into the TechWave folder. So if I go to program files and then, you know, TechWave, you will see here, you know, these are management packs related to Citrix virtual apps and desktops. And then you have here ADC, and also performance collector is installed here. Usually we recommend to install performance collector on a separate Windows machine, but you know, for small environments, it's also perfectly fine to have it on the SCOM server. And yeah, you just import this to SCOM console, and that's it. Now, if I open here VAD, so everything is logically structured. So you have, in the beginning, you have, you know, of course, this topology, and I can show you a couple of things. So for example, Citrix sites, I have 3 sites. Only one is currently operating, this one in on-premises environment. And here you will see, you know, if you have configured zones, you have, you know, delivery controllers that belong to different zones. So I have two delivery controllers in primary, 1 delivery in branch zone. Then you will see all delivery groups. Under the delivery groups, I think engineering has just 1, and you have, you know, this one has, you know, additional monitoring because SCOM agent is installed here. Then we have all the applications that are available, application groups, and so on. So when it comes to the cloud side, it's basically you will see here connectors which are currently down, but you know, usually you will have 2 connectors because of the high availability, because this component is crucial if you want to communicate with your Citrix cloud. Okay, everything else is the same. You know, it's just, you know, with Citrix cloud, we just, you know, approach how we got to the data is a little bit different, but you know, the functionality of the management pack is remains the same. And then we have here, yeah, storefronts. And then we have here PVS and license server. So I'm not going to go through every component now. Then there are, you know, some dashboard overviews here. Sometimes, you know, we also added this one that is where we reused widgets from the SQL databases, right? So some people like this because, you know, you can easily drill down. So you have here sites, you have storefronts, you have license server. And now if I open this and if I double click on any of these, I can drill down. I will see now all my sites listed here. And by selecting one of the, for example, this one that is currently working. So you will see, you know, alerts, you will see some metrics, and then you can go even deeper and you will see, let's say I want to see delivery groups, and then you can, you know, easily see here and just click on the delivery group and you will see different metrics per group, right? It's just, this is, I know that widgets are sometimes very small, so you can, and there are different colors. So if the widget is blue, means that this is just a rule in the background, but if it's colored like green or red or orange, it means that there is a performance metric plus monitor. And then, on the widget, you can combine this. And, in this case, it's healthy. You can also do the following. You can also double click and you'll be transferred to the normal performance view because, in the widget, you usually cannot see a lot of details. But yeah, this one is just, to drill down. Then you have cloud connectors here for Citrix, for the Citrix cloud, then delivery controllers, and then delivery groups, where you can, for example, compare logons and logons, average logon time per delivery group, for example. Then you will find here some dashboards that show metrics. I'm not sure if this one is active, probably not. Probably some more on the server OS performance. The same dashboard, but just, you can also type in delivery group here or find the one that you're, interested in. Just select delivery group and then you'll see some metrics, what's going on currently on the on this delivery group. This licensing is actually related to Citrix licensing. And you'll see here, you have a separate topology here because this is a separate management pack, right? So we have also a topology. You have just a topology related to the license servers. Then you have info about the license usage, state, services, right? Then, under MP administration, you have alerts that are related to the management pack. And here is, how you license the management pack, right? So you will have to apply the license here. So you just add a license key, and then you see what licenses how many licenses you have. Then you have provisioning services here, sites and servers, stores, vdisks, and so on. Then you have storefront, and all these storefront components, and you'll have user logon alerts here at the bottom. So I created some, today before I created some messages and alerts, I did some logons. So we already saw this before, right? In slides, the same alert, and session alerts are here. So you have CPU utilization, or if your round trip time or latency is high. Now, if I go, some people really like squared up, so they prefer to use squared up and do not open the SCOM console at all. So you can actually see the same from the squared up. And so you can see here some site alerts, some metrics about the sessions, logons, and so on. As you can see, only Europe is currently active in my environment. But this one is quite useful because, this, as I mentioned before, we use separate tables. So you cannot so easily access this data, even if you want to create your own squared up dashboard. You can also contact us and we are going to help if you want some specific dashboards. But anyway, the idea here is to see what was slowest user logons, top 10. Of course, you can always change here. This is now to 7 days, but you can always change this, and also this will of course be updated, and then you will be able to see which user, which site, which delivery group, what was the session type, was it desktop, was it application, if it was application, which application is used, and then logon duration, right? So you can see that the one used almost 3 minutes, right? Then you have also some graphs. Then you have sessions with highest average CPU. Again, info about which application is used. Then you have user sessions with highest average round trip time, and so on and so on. But if you want, you can also go, for example, on the site level. You can drill down and you can also see Citrix sites. So now this first one will show all the sites again. So I have, one in warning, two in critical because they're not working. And you have, site-specific metrics here. And again, we have also we included here delivery groups, which, by the way, you can also drill down further, and you can go to the delivery group level. But if you go to the Citrix VID site, you can see a specific, you can see details for a specific site. So in this case, I selected Europe site, and I see, metrics that are related just to this site, right? So you have this nice squared up dashboards here. And again, this metrics related just to a specific site. And if you will drill down to the delivery group, it will be the same for the delivery group, right? So just, related to a specific delivery group. And this one, yeah, by the way, when you import, it's the same as with any other squared up dashboard. You download a dashboard from the squared up web page. Of course, you must use our Citrix management pack, because management pack will collect the data stored to the data warehouse, and then you just import and you will see them under the community dashboard. So I'm using now, I think, the latest version 6 of the squared up, right? And I wanted to show also this one, application delivery or NetScaler. So you have here appliances, you have gateway virtual servers, you have load balancing virtual servers, you have service groups, services, and then you have different metrics. These are related to the appliance. Then you have established client connections, server connections, and then of course you can again go and drill down. I have just 3 ADCs available, so let's go to one of them. Even you can select any ADC, and under the appliances view you will see again all of them. If you want to see just specifics for the ADC, then you have to click this one. And yeah, you have more details here, and you can compare CPU usage, disk usage, memory utilization, and then you have all these metrics: firewalls, network cards, plenty of details. Of course, I don't have a physical appliance. That's why I have, empty all zeros here. All these appliances are virtual. And yeah, if you want to go just for a single appliance, you will see metrics just, related to one appliance, and then, a view is a little bit different. Yeah. Enough about the squared up, and I just wanted to show a couple of more things. So I already prepared these reports, which I already showed before in slides. But anyway, just that you understand what you have to do here. So if you want to see application usage per site, you'll just add an object. You will select your site, and then of course you have to select the time frame for how long you want to see the application usage. And then you will see, which, as you can see, we have these default applications only in this demo lab. So you can see which applications are mostly used. And also, sometimes you'll see also applications that are not used at all. So maybe it's a time to remove them from Citrix, right? If nobody uses the application for a year or so. Then this one is the one that I already spent some time on slides: user application desktop activity. So what you can do here, so you can select one or more users and time frame, so from last week to today, and I will get everything about this user. So I'll see, did he open application, did he open a desktop, this application is still running, right? So this was opened a couple of days back, right? So I can see here CPU utilization, which is very low, right? I can see here round trip time or latency, which is, also, there's one peak, but everything else is really small. But yeah, basically you will see a lot of details here. You will also see, if I click here, you have links. So it will show details about the logon, this specific logon, right? You can go then back. If you want, you can also go and see what's going on with the server that is hosting this session. So there will be metrics related to complete server, not just session. And you can see here, server related sessions and so on and so on. So then there is another report that shows logons, and you can select all logons for a specific user for, I don't know, I can go with this here, right? And then I'll see all the logons for this user. Then I have, Citrix user 2. You have, site, you have delivery groups, you have, where the connection was created, on which machine. You have logon dates, and then you have logon durations, and then also, what is the average duration for the user. So you have, and then I think I showed everything but this one, but yeah, I already showed this one in on the slides. Again, you can select an object, which is in this case again site, and then time frame, and you will have details about how many daily logons are there per server. I think I covered everything, and I think we have a couple of more minutes. So Christian, can you please check if there are any questions?
Oh yes. Yeah. Thank you first for the great demonstration. So there is one question, and it's about high availability, if I understand it correctly. If the question is, if I shut down one of the SCOM servers in my management group, can I make sure the monitoring of the Citrix environment continues?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the feature related to SCOM, not so much to management pack. So when you select a resource pool, so it's your decision if you are going to use high availability. In this case, you have to select a resource pool where you put multiple SCOM servers. When you do this, the load will be spread between all these servers. But as soon as one server goes down, the other servers will actually start monitoring, and you can be sure that the monitoring will work even though one SCOM server goes down. So this is the feature of SCOM, not the management pack.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. If you're using resource pools, that is correct. Yeah. There's another question. There is a lot of data being collected. Do you have any sizing recommendation, or do we need to take anything specific into account when collecting a lot of data?
So you can actually control for how long you want to keep the data. So it is not the grooming in SCOM the same way, but we have we actually have our own database table because of that, and you can control also there for how long you want to keep the data. So yeah, we have some calculations. To be honest, I don't know them out of my head, but it's usually per user we collect certain amount of data, and then multiplied by number of days, we can also tell you what will be approximate sizing for the database if you keep the data, I don't know, for 3 months, 1 year, whatever you want. But definitely it's you are in control there. And as already mentioned, very important, we have our own database table where we do performance optimizations. And because if we would store this to the default data warehouse tables, these reports won't work for sure. it would take, you know, hours or maybe days.
Okay, good. I think that also answers those questions here. So let me check. If there are any other questions, please feel free to enter them now into the question area, so to say. Let me see if there's another. Let's wait a couple of more minutes. Otherwise, I have a question like, can you give a quick review in 2024? How many releases do you have per year? Like that we can know how often you ship an update?
To be honest, we had probably 2 or 3 per management pack, especially, you know, we do some, we always support latest versions on Citrix and on SCOM site. And there are also always some requests for additional monitoring. So yeah, we did a couple of releases last year for sure. I don't know the number, but I'm sure we did it. And we are going to, because we are adding some more features. The ones that I mentioned with this, the server OS delivery groups, we are going to add this and release new version pretty soon.
Wonderful. At this point, there are no further questions. So I think you did a great job in answering them all, and at least I found very interesting. So from my side, thank you, and I leave it to you to close the call.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Christian, for hosting the webinar. Yeah, I mean, we have free trial, so you can do a request via NICE, and we are happy to help you with the deployment.
Okay, there's one question that came in now. Another one. Is there any API that allows to connect management pack with ServiceNow, and for reporting, what's different to the director reports? So I think if you can answer I can do the ServiceNow integration answer, but if you can answer what's the difference to that report in Citrix Director.
Yeah, so basically regarding the director, we get the data directly from the Citrix APIs. I'm pretty sure you get the same details from the director. It's just the question for how long you are allowed. You know, in the past, I'm not sure if what's the current situation. Usually, you know, they don't allow you to keep data for a very long time. That's one thing. So if you want to have control and store data for a very long time, you can you have an option to use a management pack. Then we are, you know, also in monitoring is our primary goal here. And then, you know, this details about the users is just, you know, an add-on, but it's very useful as hopefully. And of course, you know, if you want to use this squared up and so on, you will have to collect the data with the management pack and store them to the data warehouse, right? So there are some benefits, and I think also, I'm not sure if all Citrix editions allow you to get to all these user details, right, and session details.
There was another part to integrate the data into ServiceNow. At least I can answer this. If you want to answer that, I can also answer that, because that's a quite common question which applies to all management packs.
Yeah, please do, because I don't have a lot of experience with ServiceNow integration. So if you can help.
So ServiceNow integration, there are 2 options at this point. So you could use basically the integration, well, actually there are 3. There's a direct integration from ITOM with ServiceNow, but you need to have the ITOM license for that, and you can do that integration. There is an integration from Cookdown, basically, which is the connection center, where you can build like an integration, and there's an integration which we typically, we have most experience with, is this the integration by a System Center Orchestrator. So if you have System Center Orchestrator, that is the easiest solution, because you can already predefine the data. The problem is there might be a lot of data that gets into ServiceNow, and you create a lot of tickets, so you want to control a bit the data that goes in there. So so there are 3 options basically: ServiceNow directly, Cookdown, and the System Center Orchestrator plugin. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, Christian.
There are no further questions.
Any more questions? No further questions. Okay, yeah, as I mentioned, free trial is always, the best option to test and see if management pack fits your monitoring needs. So as I said, we are happy to help. You can reach out to NICE, and yeah, we will be working together on the requests.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hugo.
Thank you
for
very much.
having me. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye.